Today we're up in Oxnard, about ready to do a Yacht Controller YAMAS install on a 1998 Navigator with twin Volvo engines. Shifting system on board is a Hydraulics hydraulic system. It's all manual, and in the engine room there's a Glendenning engine synchronizer with push-pull cables to the transmissions. Let's see what's inside. Here we are at the lower helm station of the late 90s vintage Navigator, and as you can see we have a Hydraulics shifter and throttle system with your standard old school electronics and Glendenning engine synchronizer. Here we are at the lower helm station of the Navigator. You can see on both the port and starboard side of the helm we have the Hydraulics manual shifting and throttle system. This system runs a hydraulic, kind of a glycol type fluid from this station all the way down to the engine room to a servo, where the flow of fluid is actually turned into a rotary movement of a swing arm that will push and pull a cable to control the throttle and the transmissions in and out of gear. Here we have the Yacht Controller and the YAMAS System. On your left, you're going to see the standard pieces of equipment that come with the Yacht Controller. Starting from left to right, you have the wiring harnesses. You can see the handheld transmitter in the middle, and you can also see the receiver that goes behind the dash on the right. Down below we have some instruction manuals, and over here on the right you can see the Glendenning YAMAS portion of the system. We have a very large gold colored box that actually takes the electronic signals from the Yacht Controller and turns them into a mechanical rotational movement. It actually grabs a hold of a standard shifter cable and will put the engines in and out of gear. A little bit below that, to the gray and the red and yellow and the black cables, those are all wiring harnesses. This is the complete Yacht Controller YAMAS system. Here we are inside the engine room of the Navigator. As you can see, we have twin Volvo diesel engines, and off to the starboard side, as we're looking aft, is going to be the mounting location of the YAMAS system. You can see here two reservoirs. One is for the Hydraulics shifting, and the other one is for the steering system. And in between those things, you can actually see the Hydraulics solenoids. One is for shifting, that's on the left, and the one on the right is for the throttle. As I zoom out a little bit, you can see we have plenty of real estate here. What's going to happen is the Glendenning YAMAS box is going to have to be mounted on the wall, and we're going to have to reorient the solenoids to line up with the YAMAS box. You're going to see that a little bit later. But here's our mounting location before we start. Here we have the completed installation of the Yacht Controller YAMAS system. You can see here we have the Glendenning unit, which actuates the two red shifter cables that are connected to each one of the transmissions. Above this you can see the relocated servos for the Hydraulic engine control system, and off to the right here we have the reservoir for the Hydraulic shifting and throttle system. We have one of the throttle servos and then a steering reservoir above. Here is the Yacht Controller YAMAS system installed on a late 90s Navigator with twin Volvo engines. In my hand I have the Yacht Controller dual band transmitter. It's currently turned on, active and linked to the Yacht Controller receiver. As you can see here, we have 4 buttons in the middle: port engine, starboard engine, bow thruster, stern thruster, and these 2 keys here on the top are windlass out and in. Power. This is the power button, and this is the sync button. So what we'll do here is every button here is a momentary on. As soon as you let go of the button, it'll return back to its center position, which is neutral. Port engine reverse, neutral. Port engine forward, neutral. Starboard engine forward, starboard engine reverse. You're looking at the port and starboard hypnotic actuators. These were originally connected directly to the shifter cables that put the transmissions in and out of gear. On the left is the port actuator, and in order to mount it this way, I had to actually reverse the 2 black hydraulic lines going to it, because in its stock form, after I got everything set up, forward was reverse and reverse was forward. So in order to do this, the pressure in the reservoir had to be released, brought that to 0, and just unscrewed each hose and switched them, brought the pressure back up to 80 psi, and bled the air out of the system. After that was done, we're good to go. Yacht Controller with the YAMAS System.